Well, yeah, of course.
We're waiting on you guys to prompt us what we're talking about.
No yeah, idea. Maybe.
Where's our cards?
Maybe we'll do an actual intro today.
See, there's no bracket racers on here tonight, so Randy's gonna actually talk to everybody.
Yep.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'll actually participate.
When we have bracket racers in, she just sits there.
Yeah.
What's that?
Man, what's it like having to race a clock?
Are you asking, or
are you asking?
It's definitely harder. It's definitely harder than everybody thinks.
Well, we have one viewer. I think it's me.
You want me to? That's sad. They seen that we were going to be on, and they said, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Oh, am I not supposed to cuss?
It's fine.
Okay, because once I start talking, it just comes out. I don't have a filter.
You don't have a filter? No.
No. I try. I can do it around elderly people that I respect. I never cussed in front of my mom. Other than that, it's been a free for all.
Yeah.
Yep.
People will cuss in front of the kids, and then they'll be like, "Oh, sorry." And I'm like, "Do you realize who they live with?"
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if you can't be real in front of your kids, then they're just gonna grow up and be like weirdos.
Mm-hmm. I've never with my kids, I've never baby talked them or anything, and I mean, none of them. Well, some of them lack a little bit of common sense, but for the most part, they're not stupid.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, Josh Edwards is watching. So I guess I'll do a little intro since we've got 7 viewers and 4 of them are probably us here on our phones.
So sad.
Josh Edwards is watching, even though he's probably sitting right there.
You probably threatened him, that's why.
No, he's in the bedroom.
Oh.
Josh threatens us every time we're together to do a podcast, though.
He stands in the background and he's like, "This is so boring," and I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah. You guys are being stupid.
You should flash him and make him do a trick. Tell him it wouldn't be boring to do a trick.
Or he's like, "Tell Randy to shut up."
I'm like, tell Josh to shut up. He's not my dad. I mean, I love you, Josh. So hey guys.
The right-hand side of your screen, you can see comments as people post them.
Oh, where's that?
On the right.
Oh, Doug, he hit it, so we can't see it.
Josh Edwards. My name is Randy. R-A-N-D-I.
Oh, there we go.
Have eyes and boys have Y's.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're girls.
Sure.
So hey, it's the 18th of April, and we're back for another fun edition of the Slow as Heck podcast. We're missing Mick right now because he had to go to a Mormon wedding reception.
Yeah.
They get really crazy there with Kool-Aid and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty
rowdy.
Sorry.
We told him to hurry up.
Not nice.
Yeah, we told him to hurry up, eat his cupcakes, and get home. I don't know what you guys do with those. So tonight we're going to talk to local racers that went to Yello Belly last weekend. We've got Daryl with his Nissan hard body with the hugest wing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That did not go to Yello Belly.
Huh?
The wing did not go to Yello Belly.
Done. Game over. Get out. And then we've got the infamous Doug and Kristen. Everybody knows them.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, you're famous.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Probably for all the bad reasons.
No.
Yeah. Stop.
Same thing, girl. We're good. You're in good company. Hopefully, Brent Alberry, Justin Boost Addict, and Johnny will show up at some point.
These people are 6 minutes fucking late. What's going
Right.
on?
Exactly. 6 minutes fucking late. So, Nicole, I'll let you start with questions for everybody.
Well, I don't know if I have any questions. I usually do updates on racing, and there's a whole lot of racing coming up lately, a lot of bracket racing. Although I will let you guys know once again that our Summit Series out at Firebird now has big tire, small tire classes.
Awesome.
So come out. Every time you see a Summit Series race, there's a big tire, small tire class.
So, but that doesn't have anything to do with like you have to be within a certain time because we don't do well at that. Clearly, Doug.
We try to set the car to go a certain time, and no, the car is just too fast.
Basically, what Doug's saying is we
For
don't
those
really know what the
classes.
fuck we're doing. So
No, no, it's heads up.
we just know to. Oh, okay, good. Because yeah, we just know to like try to mess with the tune to go faster, but we don't really know like what the sweet spot is to. And then somebody doesn't remember what class he's racing in, so he goes faster, and it's like, hey, dumbass, you already broke out of that time. So it doesn't matter if you red lit or went too slow, like, or went too slow off the line, I should say. Like, you already broke out of your class, so we lost either way.
She's not mad at that at all, is she, Doug?
I keep telling her, here, if you could do better, you get in there and do it then.
Well, no, but I'm still gonna talk shit. The first time he like, he slept, and out of 72 cars, we ended up racing another Arizona car. I'm like, how the fuck does this happen?
Yeah.
72 cars, and we raced the other guy from Arizona, and then
it was a 5:30 shootout, and we went 5:29. So we broke out no matter what, but he still beat us.
Ugh, so close.
Yeah. And then the next class we did was like 580 class or 590?
No, 590.
590 class. So I pulled a bunch of boost out across the whole board, and it still went 549. So we broke out of that class too. So it didn't matter.
Oh, hey, look, the late ones decided to show up.
Sorry.
It's because first I tagged Brent, like,
Better late than never.
Hi guys, sorry
Listen,
about
man,
that.
I was chasing a dog down the street. I don't want to hear it.
Look, my car's just super slow, so it just took me that long to get here.
That's true.
Okay, so who at Yello Belly was the first to go down the track?
out of the one here.
Out of Easy.
I went down on Thursday.
Yeah.
And broke.
Same.
Yeah, but I fixed it Thursday night,
Okay.
and then broke again on Friday. So yeah.
I mean, I did pretty well. We went down, according to the time slip that everybody says Yello Belly's wrong. We went 580. I was pretty happy with that, even though it bogged in first gear, but then we broke second gear. So my piece of shit went on the trailer as always.
Daryl, what about you?
As far as what? How fast did I go?
How fast did you go?
Slow. There were no fast passes.
Slow.
We went on the wrong tire the whole time except Saturday. We just could never get it to hook up.
That surface is tricky. It's definitely a tricky surface. It'll 60 foot really, really hard, and then it transitions really weird, and then it has some bumps down the road. So it's definitely a very tricky surface.
Yeah, I could never.
Affected my car at all. That was like the backside was smoother. For me, it was a starting line. It was just too fucking sticky.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll try not to cuss. My bad.
Kristen's already broken that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I white smoked the whole way down, all like the first 5 passes. So
Yeah, you got pretty close to the wall too, Daryl.
yeah, I almost wrecked it like 5 times.
You know
I
why?
wish.
Because you forgot the wing.
The wing, damn it. Should have had the wing.
It's all about the wing.
The big gay Wang.
Big
Yeah.
wing.
No, it's just a like I said, it is definitely a tricky surface. It looks very good, and I mean it can go away in an hour too. It could be extremely sticky, and then half an hour, 45 minutes later, it's like you literally scoop your hand in a layer of greasy rubber, nasty, like it definitely transitions very fast.
Yeah. Do you guys want to? Well, I mean, Brent, I know you've been out there a bunch of times. Doug, Kristen, Daryl, do you guys want to go back out there again?
Oh yeah, we're definitely going back.
I don't know. It's not the surface that I'm really like good at running. Like I run better on trash. I've literally gone faster on dirt roads than I went down that track.
Oh wow.
I watched a bunch of your passes, bro. You were definitely struggling. It was getting on the tire really bad, and like you were definitely having a hard time. And you were trying to figure it out for sure. But I mean, I saw every like I don't think, no disrespect, but I don't think you made a clean pass because it looked like you were struggling the whole freaking time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I had it figured out Saturday night when we switched over to a radial, which I should have went on pro brackets. That's what I was originally going to go on, was a pro bracket. And I got convinced to put a bias ply on it, and the bias ply just didn't work. It was just hitting the tire too hard and basketballing down the track.
Who convinced you?
Justin.
Oh, Justin, no offense, but I don't listen to people who don't race.
Yeah, I should have went on pro bracket radials.
It's not to be a dick, but like people will say stuff to me, and if I've seen their races or they don't win anything, they're not racing anything, I'm like, yeah, I'm not listening to you. And I'll flat out tell them, like, I mean, they have no business giving advice, but
Yeah, Brent.
if he would have asked me, I had a few people ask me, and I think a CO7 is a good tire for that surface, in my opinion. But our cars are probably different than a pickup truck, you know. Like I've been very, very fast there on a CO7, so.
Yeah, I had C07s with me, but they weren't class legal for the class I was running.
Oh, what tire did you have on then?
I had a Mickey Thompson Street R bias ply, I think they call it, or a street bias ply. And then I switched to the Mickey Thompson radial.
Yeah, okay, I get it now. That's why, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I probably could have made a C07 work.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I think a DBR would work there too. I just don't have a lot of experience there, but I think a DBR would go down that surface no problem.
Yeah, any kind of surface, I can go much faster on a radial than a bias ply, really.
Yeah.
So,
what were you on, Doug? Slick or a radial?
Radio. PBR.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, see, and you went down perfect. I think a DVR is great for that surface.
Nate told us if we ever go to Yello Belly to use a radio. So
yeah.
And then someone was like, "You should put a slick," and we were like, "Well, we only have one set of wheels, and we don't know all that fancy stuff about changing out tires on beadlocks, and I'll kill Doug if he scratches my wheels." So
out there with a hammer and
chisel. No, it's not hard. It's really easy, actually. Is it a double beadlock or a single?
No, just singles.
Yeah, mine are singles. It's actually easy. It's not. It's definitely scary at first because you don't want to scratch your wheels. Like, and I did it with the new Kaisers, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to freaking scratch these things." But it's not bad. I'm about to throw this stupid thing together finally.
Wait, why is Matt watching the show instead of on the show?
What are you gonna put in that car, Brent?
An engine.
Huh?
An engine.
Oh, I know that.
He ain't gonna tell you. Well, not on here, anyways.
I'll tell you if not on here.
Small block Ford, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. No, I got one of those original supercharged Studebaker motors.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, the factory supercharged 146 horsepower. Bad mamma jammies.
Oh, you'll go right down that track. No problem.
Yeah. Good thing she only weighs 2,000 pounds.
You might be able to buy those tires off Daryl, the ones that weren't working.
Yeah.
I am definitely selling them. Those pieces of shit are never going back.
You know what's freaking funny? The only time I tried a DVR, I guess, in San Diego, and I almost flipped over backwards. And then I put that same. There was a True Street class out here. I tried to do at one of the tracks, so I bought that 275 Street R. Freaking broke my axle like 40 foot into the run. It broke the axle.
Oh, crap.
Because it was tire shaking so bad. I had like 16 pounds of air in it. It was like, I was like, holy shit. And then it broke the axle. So that tire is definitely an interesting tire. I think for like a bolt-on Mustang, like on the street and stuff, like a regular like bolt-on, daily driver, it's a good tire, but not for what we do.
Yeah, nothing on a sticky track for sure. At least not on something that can hit the tire.
Was yours wheel hopping really bad too, or that's the tire that was like basketballing all the way down?
It was basketball, but it wasn't hooking. And even then, I get out like 300 or 400 feet and move the tire again. Like it was pulling like a G and a half and lost the tire like at like 350, 400 foot mark.
Yeah, that tire is definitely goofy. But it's like that. It's the same thing with like that freaking that low prep Hoosier or whatever, the DO5. Like I had good luck with it on a BS road, like a very virgin road. But if it was like any amount of rubber or any amount of sticky, like that tire would just knock itself off. Same thing with that tire.
Hey, so I know it's a conversation that we already had, but we'll go back to it anyway. Feelings of the congestion. I'm going to call it congestion because there's just a little fuck ton of people on the starting line.
Oh, that's the best part.
How do you guys like it?
This one was a little much. I love the people on the starting line, but this one had a bunch of people way past the starting line, and that makes me nervous a little bit sometimes.
Listen, that starting line like that, that's what makes these races. And like, I know you guys are NHRA and you're all about like, you think everybody's going to die if they get tapped with a bumper. But Yello Belly will tell you people will get straight ran into in a burnout and they're just fine. Yeah. Like,
I love the people like standing on the burnout area and stuff, but like there was like excessive people past the starting line this time. It normally isn't that bad. And they kept having to yell at people and get people to move that was, I mean, I still ran the car or whatever, but that was the only thing I did have that in the back of my mind, like watching people as I went down, The
biggest problem I saw with it was not knowing who the officials are, because the officials dressed exactly the same as all the spectators.
That's the problem Dan Bruce had when they were trying to wave him down. Yep.
Yeah, it's like he's telling you to shut the car off, and it's like, okay, well, how do I know that he's anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is true. They are. Everybody out there wears a Nitrous Express shirt.
Yeah. It's hard too. Like, I mean, they did. It's still for the amount of cars they had for how small the facility is. They did a good job for, having 2 accidents and getting the accidents cleaned up as fast as they did and everything like that. And knock on wood, there was no injuries, thank gosh. And they had, I think, over 120 cars or whatever combined all the classes together. So it went relatively smooth for what it is, and I give them props for running it like that. But like I said, the only thing I just was a little leery of was the people past the starting line, and the guys running the event even were the same way. But the guys that they kind of rely on the track security there, and track security, you guys saw track security at Yello Belly is just like, fuck yeah, brother. You know what I mean? Like,
I got 100 on left.
That's the reason I will go back, though. That's the reason I will travel.
I love it. Yeah.
It's because that's an event you'll never experience. We'll never have that out here.
I'll just figure out what shirts they're wearing, and I'm just gonna start giving people orders that are fucked up.
That guy said shut your car off, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
He said take that piece of shit back to your trailer.
Yeah, he said you're out, bro. You're disqualified. I don't know, something about having some different kind of windows or some shit. We smelled some fucking M5 in your fuel.
Well, I know Kristen said that she's going to try to get the next race where we can be on the starting line, and I think that's the thing that's going to make it successful.
Yes, and I was told that there will be no issue as long as we're not past the start line. And I said we've never had anybody pass the start line at any of my races, but I was told that being on the start line would be perfectly fine. So
yeah, see, and when people know that, especially when the spectators know that, you're going to have a way larger group come out, because that's part of the excitement when you're not racing. is being up there, being a part of that, the betting and everything else. Like, that's what makes these races. And that's what I was trying to tell, when we had that blowout at Firebird, and Tucson's getting better about it. They're allowing people down on the starting line for the no prep stuff or the back of the track stuff. So, like, that's why you get the big turnouts for spectators that are able to be a part of that.
There's people that like they just go there specifically they don't even have cars. They just go there specifically to bet and hang out and you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
And that's what they've been like Funky Town. Funky Town been doing that for years, He's a well known just side betting and doing all kind of
the one guy I was talking to, he said Friday night he made $3,500 just in betting.
Dang.
Yeah, I made $1,800 Saturday night gambling.
It's ridiculous the amount of money that is exchanged.
So I don't know why. I guess I always thought it was like grudge racing out there. What kind of racing are you guys doing out there?
So there's like heads up classes, so this small tire gangsters, for example, there was heads up classes in it,
and
there was index classes in it, and then there was like, I guess it's still heads up, but like they had like King Cuh where it's like trucks only or whatever. So that there's grudge racing that happens too, but like a lot of times it's just shootout style, kind of cash day style, basically the same as like what we did in the West Coast stuff. There's a lot more grudge racing out here too. That's a lot more like the grudge racing is a lot more like the radio game at the track though. Like Big Jake style race and like radio roundup and stuff like that. So
the fun thing about Yello Belly is watching the guys try to slow down to run the little gangsters a 530 index. That's the funny part. They're up there thinking about how to slow their cars down. I've never had that problem.
You, Johnny.
Huh?
That was us.
I know. Well, I was watching like when Ryan went off the trailer and first pass was in the fours, comfortably in the fours, and he's like, I can't slow it down enough. I was like, that's a fucking problem to have. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get my shit to do anything, so fuck all y'all. No.
No, I gotta thank Dan Bruce, man. He really got my shit lined out, man. And he's the first person to actually take the time to go through the ECU and get everything right, get it running right. And man, it's a world of difference since he started helping. So I'm really excited for the next shutdown and the next back of the track, and especially Nate's race at Chuckwalla, because I think we're actually going to do well finally.
Good. I'm happy for you, Johnny.
I appreciate that, man. It's been a hell of a battle.
Yeah, hopefully it works.
Let's actually talk about Nate's race. Doug, Kristen, tell us all the details.
So we'll have a for sure date by Saturday, but I just said Sunday in case it rolls over. But yes, so we're like bouncing back and forth. I don't want to do a shit ton of classes on certain days because I know it's going to be in June, but I know it's going to be hot. So it's going to be 2 nights of night racing. So the proposal is that Friday night we will do like a modern muscle, streetcar, small tire NA, and then a tailgate class. And then Saturday night we'll do like small tire, big tire. And then we have raffles that we're doing. We purchased some of that Cali Nate, the limited edition prep that we'll raffle off. And then like I know Nicole, right when I mentioned raffle, she was the first one that raffled off or donated. I think it was two crew, driver, and search to the next shutdown.
That's cool.
Yeah. Driver, 2 crew.
Yeah. What else do I have? I don't know. We've reached out to 15 different companies, I think, just while we were waiting to go on this podcast. I reached out to Brent, of course, like he's willing to help with whatever. Johnny, I know, reached out. We'll help with whatever. I've had several people even reach out. And I know like some people don't want to donate to the race. They'd rather donate to the family. So I did post his kids' mom's Venmo. So that money goes directly to the kids. So there's no second, third hand. It's going directly to her. She is more than appreciative. She said it's weird that strangers are giving her money. I said, you're not asking. People are donating.
Right.
So it's not weird. And I've seen people start GoFundMes for the most ridiculous things. So
Yeah.
it's not you asking, it's people that want to donate and help.
That's awesome.
And his kids are great. Obviously miss their dad. They're going through it right now, but day by day. So. Oh yes. So the buy-ins will be a little bit different. So big tire, small tire, we're gonna do a $300 buy-in. 150 is gonna go to the pot, and the other 150 from each car is gonna go to the family. I think we said we were gonna do like 200 for Modern Muscle, the tailgate, the small tire NA, and street car, where 100 would go to the pot and the other 100 would go to the family. Chuck Walla has not, they're not having us rent the facility, which I think is awesome. Sometimes there's like these huge rental fees, but they do just want the spectator. So it's $20 per spectator, and that's for anybody entering the gate.
I mean, it sucks it's under a shitty situation, but they're going to make money on this
Oh,
event.
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people that show up for Nate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're not
basically,
going to lose.
no, basically they just want the spectator fee. The rest is, you know,
It's
I know
cool that they're waiving the fee to rent
Yeah.
the facility, though. That's awesome.
for sure. Yeah. Sandro, he pays his track guys and safety. So that's the reason why I was reaching out to sponsors to see if we could cover that. He didn't ask me to cover it. He said we could do like a $25 tech card to kind of cover that cost. I was trying to keep it cheap for the drivers. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, Johnny,
Yes.
when you're not talking, can you just mute? Because there's back feeding off of your phone. Just mute your mic. Yep.
Sorry. I have two pit bulls that don't like each other. So anyways.
We're about to flip a coin any day now. Draw a straw.
So anyway, yeah. So I was trying to make it because I know a lot of people, you know, there's this fee and that fee, and I was trying to keep the fees down. So that's why I was asking, you know, if any of the bigger name sponsors wanted to cover that amount, which he told me it's about $1,500 a day. So I just said $3,000. I want to be completely transparent. None of this money is going in my pocket. I would never do that. Any of the money that's above that would go directly to his kids. His kids are actually going to be there. So I told her whatever way she wants to handle it. I'll hand her cash. I can get her a check. I'll drive it to her, whatever she wants. So that's why I said, Doug's like, you don't have to put the price on there. And I said, I'm going to be completely transparent so people don't think I'm trying to gain off of, I mean, let's face it, Nate was our friend. So I'm just here to help the kids.
I think that's awesome. The way you're doing it, everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is. It's awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to help. I'll see whatever else we can do too as a company as well. I just got to talk to them. So
yeah, we're going to do exciting stuff like the raffles. I'm going to get food trucks out there. I know. Oh my goodness. Stop. I know like Eric White, he's going to bring us speakers out from his dad's DJ company so we can, and then I know Nicole reached out to Chuck to use his like QR code messaging system since we don't have a speaker system out there. So we can do similar to what they did at Yello Belly where we would message the drivers, which I think is a great idea. So yeah, it should be great. We're going to do fireworks. I'm excited about fireworks. So there's lots of good things.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
What else you got, Nicole?
I just think anybody that's watching the podcast tonight, if you're interested, reach out to the podcast page. We can get you in touch with Kristen or Kristen on Facebook. I don't know what the memorial page, what's the exact name of that?
Oh,
I can link it.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we can link that in here.
I thought it was easier just to start a page so that way, you know, anybody can follow that way and they can message that page. And there's myself and Stacy. She would help me run races and back in when we did the Tucson races. She's such a big help. So you can message the page and either one of us will respond with any questions. And I know like, obviously there'll be a lot of posts. I try to make posts in between seeing patients and typing up notes. So I'm doing my best, but I will, update everybody as much as I can. Like I said, I'm hoping he told me he would let me know definitely by Saturday. So I will update everybody with obviously class rules are mostly what you guys know of, the normal stuff, nothing crazy.
Is
Sorry.
Andy allowed to contact you about other things?
We don't know who that Kristen is with EN. We know Kristen with IN. Just fucking with you.
Josh, the race that's at Thunder Valley is the one that Courtney is putting together, and I believe it's on May.
I think it was Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, and I think it's similar. I don't think they're charging a spectator fee, and I believe I can't remember the exact buy-in, but I did share it on my page. But I think the buy-in was the same thing. I think half goes to the family, the other half goes to the Memorial Fund. She also has some badass shirts that really good design. So you can get those off of her page too. And I think I shared that link too. And again, those proceeds go to the Memorial Fund as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think what you're doing is great. I think as a community, we all know the risk, but at the same time, it's always the kids that we have to look after when something does happen.
Absolutely. And that's literally when I first reached out, I reached out to his best friends, Emmanuel and Steve and Alex, and asked them if they were planning anything. And I know like they were probably still in shock when I don't want to bombard anybody. So I asked Emmanuel, are you guys planning anything on the West Coast? And they said no. And I said, I'd love to put together something for you guys all to get together, for us as a community to get together. Everyone was, all the people on this podcast were friends with him, knew Nate. And to kind of just come together for him. And then obviously for his kids, my main priority is his kids. So, everyone knows, they lost half of their source of income, whether they are, young adults. I don't know their exact ages. I think it's like 19 and 17 or something like that. But either way, they're just starting out life. Mm-hmm. And we got to know Michelle when she was here. She went to Grand Canyon University. So we kind of like helped, if she needed something or anything, we were like her Arizona source. So she's a great kid. So we wanted to be there for the kids.
100%. All about the kids.
I agree.
I feel like we've made it through the questions that I had in my head really fast. And then we don't have Mick to start shit. So.
He's the shit starter?
Yeah.
Oh,
you should see our chats with him. That boy. Bad. He's a bad boy.
Child, huh?
My battery is getting ready to die, so I will talk with you guys a little later. Thanks for having me on. I can't wait. I'll see you guys. I'll see the rest of you guys, whatever, at Kristen's thing. And Kristen, I'm sure we'll be in contact, whatever. So
yeah, for sure. And thank you for your help at Yello Belly. I appreciate you driving down to.
Of course, for sure. Kept me from like being a little biatch stuck at home, like eating a Snickers, all butthurt. My car's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Straight loaded my car and went home. And like everybody's like, "Where the heck are you?" I'm like, "I went home." They're like, "What the hell do you mean you went home? You were here 3 hours ago." Like,
we literally drove the pits like 3 times looking for you. We're like, "Where the hell did he go?"
We walked at first, and then we said, "Where the fuck?" And every little Nitrous Express tent, I said, "He's got to be there." And then, nope, it's not him. I'm like, motherfucker.
No.
Wait, so how far is this track from you?
2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 hours. Not terrible.
He made it there and helped because I was like, man, I don't know how much lining up I can do with all these people in my way. I kind of wanted to throw them in front of the car. So
yeah, it's unbearable. You really have to bully your way through there or whatever. And it is hard, you know what I mean? You gotta be a dick, you know?
Yeah.
Excuse my language,
it was
but
fun.
that's what you gotta be.
Yeah, we're definitely going back for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to it. I can't wait. We need to get Josh out there in the freaking Camaro.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And then we need to have somebody practice on the tree.
Yeah.
Can you guys dial his car back to run a 580?
Huh?
Can you dial Joshua's car back to run a 580?
Oh,
cool.
Track maybe.
No, but they could probably do the 530. I'm sure the 530 wouldn't. Like, I'm sure that 530 would be a lot easier for them than like a 580 index. I'm sure.
I thought that was an NA car.
Go down to
No, we're
I know
talking
nothing
about
about that car, so let me get the man that you can ask questions to.
the Camaro has
I'm
torque
pretty
charging.
sure it has a big blower on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Big
talking about
torque
Rick Webb's car. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought they
Rick
had a
Webb's
bracket car.
Oh, we do.
They
We
do have a bracket Nova. Yeah. They have a bracket car, the
That's what I'm
Nova,
saying.
and
If they
a
can get that
couple
thing
other
to run
things.
580s, that class would be perfect for them.
Oh, this is Josh's answer to your question.
Hey, bring it out then.
Throw your foot down like Fred Flintstone or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's a good surface. So, I mean, I know that they weren't really happy. Like, Rick wasn't really happy with that car, like at Chuckwalla, because Chuckwalla was kind of like really not really, it was like really, really no preppy. But I think Yellow Belly would be a good enough surface for Josh and Rick, whatever, to have a great time with that car there.
Yeah.
What I thought was funny about Yellow Belly was they prepped it Thursday night. They scraped it and prepped both lanes. And everybody was yelling at the guy who runs the track about spraying it. And he was losing his shit. He's like, we're out here to drag race, not racing a sandbox. And I started laughing. I was like, well, this is going to get interesting.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Later, Brent.
Later, buddy.
Anyway, Daryl, tell us the story about your truck.
Yeah.
About
About
it. How it almost got stolen?
Yeah, we wanted to hear about it.
Well, it was in a Hilton parking lot. Sometime between like 4 a.m. and 7 a.m., they cut the straps to the trailer because it was it's just my open car hauler. Cut the straps, unhooked the winch, and then I don't think that they could figure out how to work the tilt deck. And then they figured out the drive shaft was busted and couldn't drive it. So they stole the key and 1 can of race gas, and that was it.
When was this?
That was Sunday night into Monday morning.
Jesus.
Yeah. But they weren't going to get far with a broken drive shaft, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Dan, dude. I know they were supposed to have his truck fixed today. And then I talked to him around like 4 p.m. our time, and he was still at the shop waiting. So.
I thought he would have bought a truck by now.
I mean, it's amazing. He's in Texas and nobody can fix a Cummins.
I bet he never edits a tune in a parking lot of a restaurant again.
I just love the fact that I have a picture of my Ford towing a Dodge after all the shit they talked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully, like, are you guys gonna lighten up at all at the? I know I ask this pretty much every time we talk, but have they lightened up at all at the shutdown showdown as far as the starting line?
Lightened up? What?
Or is it all the same, like, for lack of a better word, like Nazis on the line? You know what I mean?
No, they've lightened up pretty much. They've talked with them and stuff like that. But as far as like having more people on the starting line, that just comes down to insurance. That's what sucks about it. Is if you want to.
But all the years you've been doing it, have you ever had anybody hurt on the starting line?
We have had somebody hurt at a shutdown.
Interesting.
But I mean, my mom instincts just kick in. Like everybody down past the 60 foot at that race, like I would have had a shit fit. Because really, when it comes down to it, if you guys hit somebody, that person could sue you and take everything you've ever worked for.
How though? They're there by their own choice.
They could still sue you.
Yeah, I guess.
And I just don't think I'm willing to risk that for my family. Like half those people don't even have, they shouldn't even be there.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with past the starting line. I don't know. Like you would have to come out there and experience that race. It's a whole different environment. Like there's no other place like that I've ever been to. And I mean, I've been to quite a bit across the country so far. And my next stop's more in the woods for sure. But there's no other experience like Yello Belly. I'm sure Doug and Kristen can tell you it's different.
Oh yeah, it's definitely different.
But I'll be there every year because I've never experienced anything like that. I love it. Like I want to move to Texas.
I think the dice table at the starting line is a little over the top.
Yeah, yeah. Those dudes are something else.
Yeah.
There's a dice.
I didn't see that part.
Oh yeah, they put a piece of plywood on one of the dividing trash cans, and there's like 6 or 8 black dudes that sit around it and they play dice the whole night. betting on races, and it's different, dude.
I mean, that's
And
no
they're not
different
afraid to
than-
gamble either. Like you can get $100 coin flips all night long.
I was gonna say that's no different than how they did it on the street.
Yeah,
Coin
nobody
flip.
bats an eye.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, I even in Tucson we had an issue the last time with Brianne standing off to the side recording, and the guy got in her face. And I went up to him, and then I think Brandon Gant had to stop me because I was like, "Which one was it?" And he told me that Brianne gave him an attitude, and I was like, "Oh well, that's my kid."
Why would they say anything to her though?
Huh?
Why would they say anything to her though? Like she's actually knows what she's doing.
Yeah, they said that they only allowed 2 crew, and George was helping me back Doug up, and she was standing off to the side, and I guess he's seen George as like a crew, which he was helping me. And then they got pissed and said because we already had 2 crew that she couldn't stand there and record.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
On the starting line.
that's the one thing I noticed. Not so much like at the gate at Wild West Patch. I had an issue with the police officer there, but we kind of quickly figured that out with Josh. But at Tucson, like the guy at the gate, I don't know who it was, but the guy's a fucking douchebag. And I was like, I don't want to come to the track and be like treated like shit. Like we're giving you our money. We're here to give you money. It's not the other way around. You're not paying me to be here. And I feel like
I had the same issue out there, and normally I don't. The deal with that is they hired some new guys out there, and Jim's wife is overly wonderful woman, but she's overly cautious, and she's basically taken over control of the entry, the gate, and what people are doing, and that's why she's pushing that real hard with those dudes. Jim got on him, but his hands are kind of tied with his wife getting involved because it's sort of like, you know, you don't shit where you eat. Like,
Yeah.
you don't piss your wife off. You know what I mean? But it's sort of the same situation Nicole said. The wife, Jim's wife's just overly protective.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I think it's just more. All we're asking for is like common decency. Like, don't treat me like shit. I'll respect you until you disrespect me, and then once you disrespect me, it's over.
This is why we're friends.
But
Jim's
He-
wife is an insurance agent too. So
yeah, no, it was at the gate. We had asked a question, and he like got an attitude and like was kind of being an asshole about it, like real sarcastic, gave like a smirk, and I was just like, oh, okay, like just again, common decency goes a long way.
true.
So
Speaking of Tucson, where's Justin? I thought him and Randy were getting closer as friends.
So Justin and Dan should both be on here. I've tried to text Dan, but I don't want to exit out of this again because last time it booted me all the way.
Yeah, I thought Justin and I had a breakthrough on Messenger, but apparently that's a lie. I just want to be friends with everybody.
I don't.
I know.
I'm the nicer version.
It's a lot more peaceful when everybody thinks you're a prick.
It is. Yes, I agree. That's why I told Stacy today, don't tell people I'm fucking friendly to people because I don't want people thinking that.
Yeah. One thing I did say when we were out at Yello Belly, and one thing I'm glad the group that went out, I'm glad Daryl came out, dude. Like, he could tell you, we've all talked shit to each other back and forth for the last year and a half, especially when it comes between the truck and Sam's truck. But like, dude, I got to actually spend time with that dude. He's a rad fucking dude. Honestly. Your little buddy, what's his name? Well, he ain't little. What's your buddy's name that came out with you?
Martin.
Yeah, that dude's hilarious. Like,
The tall guy with the curly hair.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
I would
nice.
love to
And
see
the
him
crap in the
intoxicated.
photo.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yeah.
He's funny as shit, dude.
I
Yeah.
remember years ago when we were doing street races, and I think it was Daryl that reached out years ago. And and every time someone new reaches out, I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I remember sending it out to several people, like, do you know who the fuck this is? Because I don't want to invite him if we're gonna get snitched on. But I remember, and ever since then, Daryl's always been down to race wherever, whenever. So he's cool in our book. It never
Well,
starts.
hell, she said, don't feel bad, Daryl. She said the same thing about me.
That's the first thing I look for when someone's like, "Hey, can I join or can I do this?" I'm like, "Let me see who your friends are first."
Well, I had somebody invite me out to a race, and then I got a text, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" It was like, "Well, somebody's asking," and I was like, "That's when Frank reached out to me 4.5 years ago."
Yeah,
Because that's when you and Frank were hanging out tough. Yeah, that was a whole thing, dude. That was funny.
I forgot who was going to be our end of the line guy once, and we were leaving Wild Horse Pass to go run a street race, and some guy pulled up to the gas station, and he was like, "So, where are you guys street racing?" I said, "Who the fuck are you?" And then Doug from the truck, "That's our end of the line guy." I was like, "Oh, okay."
You're cool.
Dude, I missed when we would go out to that spot out at 355th. That was good times, dude.
Yeah,
We need to do that again.
I know. I'm just hesitant. If I could say somebody else was running the race, I'd be perfectly fine, but I just have to be careful with my license.
I mean, there's got to be somebody else that'll do it, and you can just pull the strings from behind, right?
Oh, yeah, I could just make somebody up, probably. I'll just blame it on Brent since he left early.
Yes.
And he dished us so much spicy.
It's the guy
You
with
know
the mustache.
Yeah,
Justin didn't even show up, so just make it him.
there you go.
I wonder what happened. Hold on. I'm going to try to text both of them. Give me 1 second.
We'll make it
Randy's really hurt.
We'll make it Justin, and then I can bring up that whole first is or worse or whatever the fuck happened.
Oh,
First may or may not be worse in this given situation with the temperature and
Right.
the airspeed.
Right. And if I say it really fast, like the commercials do for car sales, it should be fine.
Yeah,
I'll just ask them if they read the small print. That's it.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that was the last actual race I think we had out here, and that was a real bad look, dude. It really was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because those dudes from Vegas have been more than hospitable to us every time we go out there. You know what I mean? And it was just like, for that to happen was frustrating. I pissed off everybody that night because I'm not going to run with the bullshit. You know what I mean? You're either, it's right and wrong. I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, you have to stand on that. And
Right.
yeah, so I don't know. The scumbag stuff like that, just like the shit that happened in California with us and the stuff that happened in New Mexico with the Texas guys. It seems like it's happening everywhere now, and people are trying to make the street stuff more of a hustle than actually racing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the bullshit part in my book, anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
What's Amanda doing tonight?
My
Yeah.
sister?
Where's my bestie?
Hold on.
What the?
He
Where'd it
just
go?
keeps leaving.
I know.
It's like badgering people.
Hold on, let me text her. I'll see where she is. I can tell you she's not watching.
What's coming up at the track?
She's
Nicole?
as solid as they come.
A whole lot of bracket racing.
Oh, okay.
We've
Any
got
testing
well,
good names?
yeah. There's a drift and drag on May 4th, and then there's a Friday night drags on May 10th, and then the 11th and 12th is a team race with big tire, small tire.
And that's that all out one, and you don't have to run a certain number.
Right.
Okay. What date was that?
Mother's Day weekend, the 11th and 12th.
Oh, okay. So let me just ask this question. Might be stupid, but is index racing the same as bracket racing or no?
No, I go back and forth on that, and Josh looks at me like, you should know this.
not bracket racing.
It's not.
No, it's slightly less gay.
Wait,
You're for the
what did
win.
you say?
I like.
I'll agree with
Daryl has like this dry sense of humor where you can't really tell if he's like fucking around or he's being serious or like he just there's no.
Josh is like, you should know all this, and I literally just bring the snacks and show up and coordinate all the chaos. And
Yes.
that's all I do.
So I'm the first to admit I don't know anything about bracket racing, but seeing the Facebook post of that dude who rolled up to that $1 million race with an open trailer and a Vega and won the whole thing, that's pretty damn cool as well.
Yeah.
Parked in between a couple $1 million stackers and he puts everybody on the trailer. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not grown up enough or responsible enough for bracket racing yet. Maybe when I get older.
Geez, Mick is the problem child, isn't he?
I told you. Why? How do I smell like feet? I literally just took a shower before dinner.
Probably drink
What was
that.
in that? What was in that Mormon Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
How do you guys see all the comments? I can't see anything on my screen.
It's on
Oh,
the
no.
right side.
Josh is here.
Josh.
He's here to tell me how dumb I am.
Yeah. Dad's here to yell at us all.
What?
Is index racing slightly less gay than bracket racing?
Who said they were gay?
That was Daryl's interpretation of it.
Let's see Daryl bracket race or index race and then see how easy it is.
I didn't say it was easy. I said it was less gay.
Index
Hey,
and
you know
bracket
one thing I
race-
found funny was Josh. I've seen you have more issues at the track than I ever did. Y'all said I was the troublemaker. Every time I go, Josh is getting into it with somebody.
Yeah.
Johnny, you are a troublemaker.
How? When do I start shit?
I
all I gotta
heard-
say is the last couple races that Johnny and I have been at the same race, we always end up in the same spot dealing with something.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
So-
I walked over because those dudes were walking up to you, and then it was one in front of you, one behind you. So I was like, "What are we doing?" You're like, "No, I'm good." So like, it just is what it is. But I always get the shit end of it, and it's like most of the time I'm not even involved in it. Somebody drags me into it.
Was that it?
What happened at Yello Belly? Because all of a sudden I heard you say, where'd you say? Oh, where's that motherfucker with my money?
Yeah, because hey, that dude took off. He bet me $200 on Dan's race, and he tried to walk away. And I was like, "Hey, come here." He goes, "Oh, what's up?" I was like, "You bet on that." He's like, "No, I was going for the Mustang. Like, tried to switch it up." And then the funniest, he paid me. And then the funniest one was the skinny black dude with the glasses. He was like trying to impress some chick on the starting line. So he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I want to bet 100 on a coin flip." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I'll call it in the air." I was like, "All right, go ahead." He's like, "Heads I win, tails you lose. Pay me my money." And I looked at him. I was like, "You're a fucking clown. Get out of here." And like he tried to get tough, and I was like, "We can fight over $100, dude." I was like, "Your dental bill's gonna be way more than that." And then he started huffing and puffing and stormed off. And that was the only issues I had there. I mean, I hate to say it, but those are kind of my people. So degenerates that have a good time. I'm
Well, we
just
know.
over it. like it was all in all, Yello Belly was great, dude. Like I can't wait to go back. I'm seriously considering moving out to Texas, not just for that track, but just in general. You can like the whole environment out there, even the street stuff. I don't know if you guys have you been out there on the streets yet, Doug?
No.
It is so damn cool the way they do the street races out there, and just like the environment, the cars. It's nothing like out here in California.
I told him
And-
we probably should have taken to the street because they don't have any trees there, the light trees. We'll probably do them better.
I'm good at a flashlight. That's it.
I was surprised that they took Limpy out of the shootout, though, as a flagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me. I
I
don't
think
know.
it was for that sponsor.
Huh?
I think it was for that sponsor, the quick draw sponsor.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they put up a bunch of money.
Yeah, but still. That's kind of what makes that race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. How do you do the gay racing if they don't have a tree, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
The
That's
index-
true. No, they didn't use Limpy for the index last year. They used them for everything else, though.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever seen Cantu's truck up close before this weekend?
Nope.
Dude, that thing's rowdy, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's
That's not
impressive.
really a truck. It's a chassis with a truck body, but
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
man, just like our cars are street cars, man. Oh, I guess yours is. That's ridiculous.
They're trying
you know
to
this
get
shit's got stock motor mounts?
Wow.
Daryl's truck has stock motor mounts, bro.
it's stock everything with a motor and a trans.
The suspension is scary as shit on that truck. And I drive a shit box.
they're trying to get that guy, what's his name?
Can't do.
That guy and Bodie to come out to Chuckwalla to do like some grudge racing and stuff. So
Cantu will probably come out. I mean, he's a racer, dude, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a really good dude. He pitted next to us the whole weekend, and he's really like humble and down to earth, dude. He doesn't have his head up his ass like a lot of those famous guys do.
Brent. Just kidding, Brent.
That's rough.
That was the first
He
pass
knows
I
I'm
seen
fucking
Friday
right.
night was Cantu of whoever he was racing in that thing. I was at the top end. That thing is freaking fast.
Yep. I'm telling you, like that carcoon, that white Chevelle,
Yeah.
That's the car that's impressive too. Like just standing next to that one when it gets on the chip is, I mean, you guys know you're around the Pro Charge big NHRA cars all the time, but like the Pro Mods, that's essentially it's a Pro Mod on a small tire, and it's a badass ride.
It's pretty impressive to me to see them what they're doing on that surface and all what they have power wise and stuff.
I just like looking at Ryan Mitchell's car, dude. That's my favorite. When you look at that car and it's just a beat down Firebird with a fucking big block on a Pro Charger, and that thing's running 4s off the trailer.
Oh,
like I still can't fathom that.
Yeah, that car's a little sketch too.
That's the best.
Looking at it, you're like, I don't know if I'd get in that thing.
Well, he's wrecked it enough times. It's got to be safe.
Huh?
Yeah, it's got to be safe. He's wrecked it 3 times.
Enough times, it's got to be safe.
Oh yeah, true.
Or he's just really lucky.
Yeah, that's true too. That last one where it flipped over backwards, that was a pretty wild wreck.
Yeah.
So, are we going to do anything cool here in the near future? Is there any call-outs in Arizona? I know you guys were talking about that at the track. Like, is there anything cool going on here, or is this shit pretty much dead?
Nobody ever calls us out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll race anyway.
If this clutch thing works, we can meet up in Florence. You and I haven't raced heads up yet, except for at the airstrip.
Yeah.
And my intake broke.
Didn't we race out in Florence one time?
Nope. We raced at the airstrip, and my intake broke in 3rd gear, and fucking Doug came right around me at the finish line. I was so mad.
Yeah, I bet you were.
It's like that. It's like that stupid meme. I'm like 10 feet from the finish line, and a fucking Mustang goes by me.
Yep. Damn Mustangs. Yeah, when you get your shit dialed in, I'm down. Whatever. I don't care.
I'm just excited.
Another
like,
video on our Facebook. I don't care.
Everybody gets all butthurt about it, dude. I don't understand that. Like, we should still run out here and just see who's faster. I mean, there's no point to have these cars and just have them sit in the garage.
Why do you think I raced Brent so many times? I'm trying to win, you know?
I know.
He was my biggest motivation because no one else would race.
Yeah. What gets me is, like, you got guys like Chino and all them that have actually very, very competitive cars. And it's like they don't want to race. You know what I mean? They say they do, but then they only want to do the backside stuff.
Heck yeah, Andy.
Sunday, I'm with that 100%. Get out there at like 7 a.m. and send it all day.
Yeah.
Well, Mick said I never start shit either. That's right. I don't. It's a halo. It's see-through, but it's there.
Hey, that's another impressive car. Is Brent Hookie's car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For that being a brand new car, that thing is rowdy too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a tough car to beat at a shutdown or at Tucson.
Yep.
That'll be a real tough car to beat.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing a little valve stem remover can't fix.
Great. Judge Fudge is here.
Oh, he's here. Judge Fudge.
Did you just flip everybody off?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you flip me off?
Yeah.
No, I was scratching my eye.
How much
Did
punch?
I miss the party?
Yeah.
How was your Mormon wedding reception?
Oh man, that's why
What
I
do you
had to
guys
flip you
drink
guys
there?
off. Huh?
What do you guys drink there?
Root beer and ice cream and I don't freaking know.
Beer floats.
Root beer floats. Everybody's getting crunk.
Yeah.
Caffeine head rush or what?
Oh man.
So you just come back with a sugar rush from a Mormon wedding reception?
Probably. I didn't get to eat anything.
Oh. Did they have
You guys-
cupcakes?
Huh?
Did they have cupcakes?
No, actually, I don't know. I seriously didn't even get. I was too busy chasing kids, chasing little morons.
Randy really wants to go to one of those receptions.
I do. I just want to go to a Mormon wedding reception. I can't go to the temple, so I mean, I might as well.
You should have come to my little brother's Mormon wedding reception.
He didn't invite me. He's a dick.
Yeah.
What's intriguing about that for you?
Who knows?
Oh, I just think that the Mormon religion is very interesting. Don't worry, I'm not going to convert or anything because they never
Don't worry.
take me.
We wouldn't have you.
They never take me.
We'll
It's
take
just
just about
one of those-
anybody, but not anybody.
Josh.
That's rough.
Like them taking me, they would have to take Kristen. Like
no
never
fucking religion's taking me.
Oh, we would jump in front of taking Kristen. That's cool. We need a fighter. We just don't need a Randy.
I am literally a more mellow version of her.
I don't know about that.
When you call yourself the more mellow version of somebody, you're usually not actually the more mellow version of them.
Dude, I know.
It's like saying, like, I am a really humble person.
I'm very mellow and tolerant, but don't be fucking stupid.
That's what gets me to stupidity, dude.
It's when you jump the line of stupidity
Yep.
where we get angry.
I get
And
it.
nobody is bashing Mormons, Tony. I don't bash Mormons
So
or
who's bashing Mormons?
any other religion.
Who
We
is
just-
bashing Mormons?
Nobody. We just have a good time chatting about it.
Oh, okay. Come on, friggin' go send ProMod Todd in here for us.
Romod Todd.
ProMod Todd.
Who's that?
Todd Cahill.
Oh, yeah, I like him.
I like him too.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I like that whole group. The whole Cahill group is good people.
Yeah. Those are the people, if some shit kicks off, you don't got to worry about them. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's
exactly
honestly,
right.
you can trust that you don't have to watch your back with them around.
Nope.
For sure.
No.
Mick, does it take a lot of effort not to cuss?
Do I not cuss?
He
No, you
cusses
said-
all the time.
You said friggin' like the last 10 times. I was
Well,
just curious.
he's conditioned from the wedding.
Oh,
That's right. I was just on my Mormon best behavior.
yeah, that's right.
Get me out at the races, and I'm the exact same person I am right here.
Okay.
See, that's
frickin'-
that's the problem I have. Like, I went a lot of years without cussing at all because I felt it made me feel real ignorant. And then I got back around my friends that I hung out with, and every other word is, fuck, shit, whatever. And now I just can't break the habit again. I don't understand it.
I was
Well,
told one
Nick's-
time.
Nick's little brother cusses way more than he does. Way more.
I was told one time that I didn't sound very educated because I cussed, but I don't really give a fuck. So
Same.
Well,
See,
what
I
got
get
me
told
with
that I
my
don't sound
son,
educated and I don't cuss. So it's like I've got to do whatever I can to make myself not sound stupid.
what got me was I guess my favorite word is bitch when something goes wrong. And my son, he knocked something over and he's all bitch, and I was like, oh god, I'm in trouble.
Oh man, my son's on this kick right now where I keep getting in trouble, but it's not my fault. The other day, he and I were watching some YouTube videos of just drag racing crashes. He loves that, and every time a car would crash, he'd say, "Damn, he's 3." And I was like, Hank, what is that? Why are you saying that word? And he was like, I don't know, Dad. It's just another word for crash.
Good answer. Good
That's
answer.
cool.
And then Samantha asked him, hey Hank, he said something, and she was like, what do you call mommy when she's mad? And he said, bitchy.
Oh wow.
I was like, I didn't tell him either of those things, so that's not my
I
fault.
mean, we all know though I cuss like a sailor, and my kid has never said a curse word.
Because she
Oh.
learns
I don't
from.
know about that.
She's like, I don't want the Mormons to reject me like they do my mom.
My kid's gonna go to a Baptist college.
Was your kid even talk?
Yeah.
She never talks when she's around us, so we were just wondering if she talks.
Nope, she's just very shy.
Is she
Yeah.
mute?
Cute.
She mute.
Talks it here all the time, all day long.
Is she a mime?
Yes.
You ain't all there, is you?
Huh?
So he ain't all there, is he?
No.
No.
Nope.
That dude is freaking crazy.
Oh my gosh.
He's the naughtiest, next to the naughtiest Mormon around. He's not number 1, but he's probably like 3 or 4.
Jesus. Damn, Daryl, are you still at work?
Yeah, I'm here all the time, man.
That's the worst when you live there.
Well, I'm going to be going home here after the podcast, but
Gotcha.
get some dinner.
Right
What's
on.
for
Did your
dinner,
truck
Daryl?
make it back yet?
What?
Did your truck make it back yet?
Yeah, yesterday.
Gotcha. I was hoping we get Dan on here so he can talk pro. We call him ProMod Dan. and that seems to set him off pretty good. But I'm hoping to bug him about his trip, dude, because he's been stuck up in a hotel room and truck stops with crackheads and dealing with these dudes who are supposed to be fixing the truck. It's his little story is pretty funny.
Dan who? Sorry.
Dan Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that dude's pretty rad. Like a lot of people don't know about him, but he built his own car, wired his own car, tuned his own car, used YouTube to figure out how to weld to wire it and do everything else. Like everything that dude did is on his own. The car's really, really well sorted out. In just a year of him doing it, it's really competitive.
Dang.
And you missed it, but we said there was 72 cars in the class that we were racing in, and we ended up racing Dan from Arizona.
No way.
Yeah.
He made it to the semifinals, and he lost to Stephen Little, and it's because they got like it is what it is. But so the tree messed up. They staging lights came on. They're both on the two-step for like 9 seconds. And what she was saying about everybody wearing the same clothes is one of the guys was like waving Dan, but instead of saying like stop or anything like this, he was going like this. And Dan thought he was telling him to go, like the other car was broke or something. So he takes off. And then they're like, oh, he lost. So that became an argument.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that became an argument on the starting line. And they were like, so then they came over and they're like, oh, we did you a favor. We're going to let you rerun it. And it wasn't them. It was Stephen Little. Because Stephen Little's a racer. So he was like, no, we'll rerun it. Let's cool the cars down. But they acted like they were doing Dan a favor by rerunning that race. And in his defense, like Kristen's not wrong. You can't tell anybody apart on that starting line unless you actually know them. Everybody's wearing the same Nitrous Express shirt, period. Out there in Texas. That's what it is. So it was kind of a mess. But yeah, he went to the semifinals. He ended up losing to Stephen Little on the rerun by I think he hazed the tires about 300 foot out, and Steven got out on about a half a car, and so that's when Dan went out. Dang. Matt did very well. He ended up, I think he ended up hurting the motor again though. Had some oil starvation issues on the big end, so he's got to put bearings in it now. But he was running 2 classes back to back, and he was kind of hot lapping that car, so probably not the best idea.
Or is it?
I don't know, man.
We did it out in Tucson.
Yeah, I remember that.
Both the finals. Just couldn't make it happen.
I got off easy this time. Like it broke the faceplate on second gear. So like all in all, it is what it is. Like, I mean, it's just labor for me to fix the car because the guy who built my transmissions honored the gears. So like everything's here to be replaced. I'm just a little upset because I think we would have did very well that weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's always could have won it. We know we wouldn't have won it. There's not a chance in hell. Those cars were going too fast, but it would be nice to go some rounds at a race like that.
Johnny, how is the new setup?
It's great. Switching to that Honda motor, as much as it pains me to admit it, I wish I'd have done it 5 years ago. I mean, I got 150 hits on the last one. We just had to put rod bearings in it. You know what I mean? And then it makes close to 1,300 horsepower. I mean, and more power than I'll ever need. And then, like I said, with Dan taking over the computer, the previous tuner didn't have any of the parameters set up correctly. Everything was just kind of out of whack, and I don't want to say half-assed because I don't think he understood how the software worked. But Dan got in there for about a day and a half at his house, and I mean the strain gauge works. I can shift every gear now without the clutch. He's got. I mean, I can start this thing up and it idles like a brand new car now on M1, like cold starts, and it's just like I'm happy with it because, like I said, after all the beating my head against the wall, it seems like it's finally going to work.
That's impressive, man. That's unique, that car.
So my plan is this summer, like when it gets super hot where we ain't racing, I kind of want to take the motor out and cut the rest of the chassis because it's still stock. My car's stock from the rear wheels forward. It's stock factory 62 pan.
Wow.
So I want to cut all this crap out and put the motor up front with either a Power Glide or a Turbo 400 and do a 9-inch rear end. Have Justin do the uneven 4-link. He does something similar to the Tin Soldier race car deal. That's what he did on Matt and Sam's truck. And it works very well. So I kind of want to do something like that with a trans brake. And because I'll never get away from the Volkswagens, dude. I love this car.
It's like the way that it's set up right now, it's like a World War II bad guy. Got the Japanese up front and the German in the back.
Mad Max.
Something like that. But no, we'll see. I mean, I just it'll be nice to finally go out and not be helping everybody and actually racing my own car again because it's been about a year and a half. Almost 2 years since it's worked. So,
dang.
Yeah.
Fun. Doug and Kristen, how'd yours do?
Terrible.
No. I
what I
did
mean.
great. I did great. Doug sucked.
Yeah. I sucked at the tree. At the tree, I lost both races. It was my fault.
It was.
It was, gosh. The support is thick over there.
I'll tell you one bad thing I brought back from Texas was we stopped at this ghetto ass truck stop, and they didn't have nothing except for V8 energy drinks and Red Bull or a Mountain Dew Code Red. And I got a Mountain Dew Code Red. I haven't had one of those since I was a teenager, and I'm hooked on that shit now.
They're good.
I got like 4 12-packs in the fridge right now, like a crackhead, dude.
I was hoping you weren't gonna say that you like made a cocktail with V8 and Mountain Dew Code Red.
No, because I don't drink that V8 crap. So I got a Code Red, and I was just like, I forgot how good that shit is.
That was Nate's favorite drink was the Mountain Dew Code Red, and then he switched it up and did the other Mountain Dew drinks. But I think Code Red was still his favorite.
No shit.
Well,
that stuff has me hooked. They were all making fun of me because, like, when we were kids, we used to get the 2 liters and shove them in our handlebars and go ride around, you know. And like that's what it reminded me of. And then, yeah, I don't know, kind of like some crackhead shit. Trying to get off the Red Bulls.
Man, I was like fully addicted to freaking energy drinks, and I have not had a soda since January 2nd. Nothing, no energy drinks, no soda, nothing, and I feel the same.
I thought you were gonna say great.
No, I don't know why I did it. I keep expecting to like start feeling better at some point, and instead I'm just like, no, I'm still just like fat and kind of unhappy.
My sister said she got on here for a minute, but she's going to bed. Have a good night, guys.
Oh, okay. Bye,
I'm going to
Amanda.
bed too,
We'll miss
guys.
you.
Randy, did you post that deal about Ed Brady?
Yes.
I seen it.
So if anybody needs one,
What is
we
it?
all know how hard he is to get a hold of. Come on out.
What's
and get
that?
a chassis cert. A chassis cert from Ed Brady.
Oh, gotcha. We got a guy down here in the southern parts. Can't remember his name. Damn it.
I don't remember his name.
We met
Ben
some
Miller.
guy out. What was it?
Ben Miller.
Is that
Yeah.
I don't remember that. We met some guy out there at a QT on the way to Tucson because
Yep.
we needed for
QT off Ina.
Ben is the one that did the Mustang. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude, and he's pretty much like same day, if not next day, if you give him a holler.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool. When we literally pulled off on the side of the highway and rolled the car out, and he did his thing, and then we were off to the races.
Yep.
If old Uncle Tim Mitchell's on here, hurry up and get my car done so I can get it started.
Yeah, because he did give warning. I'm going to be gone most of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Difference.
cool.
What car do you have, Mick?
I got a slow Firebird.
The white one, the 68?
No, I got that 69. That's a white 69 Camaro.
Okay.
That one's slow too. But I got a
Fair
different one that I'm trying to make a little bit faster than the Camaro. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, they are LS powered, right?
No, Firebird is not. Firebird's Pontiac powered, baby.
Really? Good for you.
Oh yeah. It's good for me. Do the most expensive thing you could possibly do that goes.
Oh,
slower
I'll
than
trade
everything
you. I'll
else.
take that Firebird motor. You can build a VW motor with any sort of power. I'll trade you all day.
No, I'm good on that too. I'm straight.
When that crankshaft broke, I almost cried, dude. That was like 30 grand down the drain right there
Oh my gosh, man.
for a 4-cylinder.
No, thank you.
Yep.
No, the Firebird should be fun. I'll never be fast, but I'm just trying to keep up with Pro Mod Todd and the small tire NA stuff.
Pro mod.
I thought you just wanted to keep up with Sims.
No, that'll never happen.
Keep up with who?
Jeff Sims,
Oh, the big tire, the red car. I like that car.
Mr. 5-0
You went 5.0, huh?
for like a year straight.
So the dude who won was a 462 that won Yello Belly small tire.
Dang.
Those guys are fast. They're running like some of them are running. I know like Jason Ayers told us some of those guys are running like 480s off the trailer.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So that's about what Mitchell went off the trailer, and then he locked a 462 to win that. And he said he still had more, but they had a lot of timing out of the motor.
Yeah.
So
What's that? Is that surface pretty sketchy?
I don't think so at all. Everybody
I don't think
complains
so
about
either.
it, but
Our car, it'll probably take everything.
It would have
that
taken
we have.
more.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
so like
We were trying to
everybody
slow ours
complains
down.
about the lanes. But I mean, Doug could tell you, like, at least in my car anyways, like I can't feel shit. Like it was to me, it was smooth A to B. And like everybody complains about the bumps. They're like, oh, there's a pothole. I'm like, you haven't raced on the roads we race on.
Yeah.
You haven't raced in real Mexico, Tucson.
That's fair. You can't get away with nothing down here. Those Truckiando retards have really screwed everything up.
The shutdown's pretty wild. How it goes into one lane and makes that turn, and then it's like the freaking woods.
When your tires are chirping around that corner.
Oh yeah.
That's different.
That's pretty wild. But I mean,
because I don't got a parachute. So, did you guys use your chute?
No, we didn't have it on the car.
Oh, gotcha. So you're in the same boat as me.
We don't even have the handle inside. I think one time we put it on there because we thought we needed to pass tech one time. That was it.
It's
hey,
going
did
on
you
there.
like the tech out there at Yello Belly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they walk up to your car and they go, you got a roll bar, you got a helmet. All right, see you later.
Yeah. I asked the guy, do you want me to pop the trunk and pop the hatch? He's like, we're not doing any safety. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'm talking like legit when we say there's 4-second cars making multiple hits and they don't even look twice at them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But their waiver is pretty ironclad. So I mean,
before we go, we definitely have our chute on
Did
there
you
and
sign a
operating.
waiver?
No, we didn't sign.
We didn't
a
even
waiver.
sign
you
waivers.
didn't sign a waiver? Oh, fuck.
No one handed us
Gosh.
waivers.
Don't tell the lawyer.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
earmuffs.
But we'll have the chute on there next time, and it'll be operational. So
Yeah.
it needs to go on there anyway.
I mean, I think Dan was real close to like 135 out the back ish in that range, or maybe a little faster, and he was pulling the chute every time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smarter to pull it at that track. I think so.
Yep. So last year they had a pro mod Studebaker that showed up, and the dude made like a 3-second pass, couldn't shut it down, put the car sideways into the hay bales at the end. Now, did you walk it at all during the day?
Yeah, well, I drove it during the day after I went through tech, and then I drove down
So,
there and went really
you know,
slow.
there's like a 30-foot drop right there with that river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's water down there.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. That's what I was saying. It's wild down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to swim. Right.
Wait till you go to War in the Woods. Yeah, I can't wait, Tim. That's my next race. I'm gonna try to make the next one. Especially if we got this clutch thing figured out like we think we did. I'm definitely going out there.
Johnny?
Huh?
You're gonna take the car?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep. I mean, again, I'll never win that race, but I just want to go and make a couple passes.
I'd like to go
Because,
just check it out.
That's not the attitude you're supposed to have.
Listen, this car will probably never go. I mean, I think I can get it to a 490 on the front side, but it'll probably never go faster than that. I'm limited on wheelbase, honestly.
I mean, anything can happen on a race, man. You can tree them. You know, they can tire smoke.
Yeah.
They can have issues.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
not. Y'all know already after 5 years, I don't got that kind of luck.
I wasn't going to say anything.
It's coming for you. It's coming for you. I seen you in Tucson. You were doing your thing.
Yeah. That was funny to run a 613 at 123 spinning.
Yeah.
There's something wrong there.
All right, guys, I gotta go help put kids down. I just want to say hey to everybody.
I have to go move my truck for my kid to go to practice.
So what you're saying, we're all old and we're going to bed. So that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's pretty much
So
it.
what? So like, what happened this time? Because don't you guys normally talk a bunch of shit?
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Randy was very mellow this time.
I just didn't know what to say.
We'll start it out and we'll fill it in.
They were talking
because
shit about
the
street
only
races last
person
time.
I don't
The
talk
only-
shit. I
This
don't
is a
talk
bracket
shit to
racing
Kristen.
podcast.
What?
I said this is a bracket racing podcast. They were talking shit about street racers.
Huh?
What?
I
Bracket
thought we were
Johnny.
starting shit.
I mean, I could have talked shit if Justin had logged on, but he didn't log on, so I couldn't do anything.
Very
Yeah.
upset about that.
I won't talk shit to Kristen because I like her.
Kristen doesn't do well talking shit through a computer screen, so I'm more of an in-person kind of.
I love that. See?
Hey,
I would-
people tend to get real fucking freaked out when you show up at their house and they're talking shit online. Don't do that.
Yes, they do. Or you find them in a parking lot at the wrong time, and then you're like, okay.
Right?
I'll be like Daryl over here, just hanging out.
Yeah, just like watching the shit show.
Doug did do that one time in a parking lot. Just stood back,
here
and then
like
someone
this?
said, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And he just stood back. It's good for him though to just stand back and leave it
Whatever.
as is.
Hey, is that where domestic violence started from?
Yep.
Doug intervened. He got smacked. Fucking A. Well, I guess I finally made it on the podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, if we do put on a cash days, are you gonna show up?
Who's that?
I'll be right back.
Way. He asked if he was going to show up if we put on another.
If Wade doesn't show up, I think that's a mistake because that car's fucking fast.
Yeah,
He is.
it's fast.
He is fast.
I mean, he's already beat me 3 times, so.
Like I said, the only thing that frustrates me about Wade is everybody knows what his car's capable of, and he still tries to do the whole "I'm slow with used motor oil" bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that just got to stop. At this point, you got to embrace it and realize you got a badass hot rod.
Yeah, yeah. And if
It ain't fooling nobody anymore.
to show up to a race, and you don't have to. I mean, you want to win every single one, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Well, you're in luck because at Chuck Walla, it's not more than 300. It's exactly 300.
There you go.
no, he's asking about cash.
I
days,
know.
though.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's fair though. Like if you did one like $300, that would bring the California guys out too. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's just enough to travel for was 18, 20 cars.
That's the only reason we started the high buy-in thing. I mean, it's not really a high buy-in. We've been to street races where $1,000 buy-in.
I know.
But that's the only reason we ever started going past $200 is to make it worth it for the out-of-towner guys to come.
Right. Well, Vegas just lost the plant, from what I understand. So I have a feeling Kingman's going to be the spot again.
Yeah, I don't like that road. So
I do.
That's my kryptonite right there.
Of course you do, Johnny.
We put the black car on the side there, and then Susan went off the road there, and I was just like, "Oh, that's it for me."
Yeah. Yeah, that's a sketch one for sure.
We raise the prices.
Huh?
We get yelled at when we raise the prices.
Yeah.
But like that's
Who yelled at you? Call him out right now.
We're starting shit right now.
Nobody showed up.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's too much money.
huh. So when is the next shutdown?
Where we get our money thrown in our face in the winner's circle.
Yeah.
Somebody threw the money?
Yeah, there was a certain truck in the truck class, and
You talking about out of Tucson?
let's just say they're not invited back to a shutdown.
Uh-oh.
Well, so I will not defend those guys. I've tried to race him for 3 years, and he refused to race. So no matter what they do, all they do is talk. And then one thing I will say is I don't know what happened to them at that last race, but they've sort of humbled their shit. And like he's tried to make all the bullshit right. Again, I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying from down here anyways, he's trying to clean up the fucking arrogant bullshit. He is. So whether he can fix that with you guys or not, I don't know. But I know that at least the brother that drives is a really solid dude. Isaiah that owns the truck, he's just got a big mouth. He's young, dude. Those dudes are only like 24, 25. They're young as hell. So like I think it's just it goes down to the internet, no fucks given, talk of shit with no repercussions. That's what they're used to. So when they get around situations where they're not able to do that, I don't think they know how to act.
What are we talking about?
Is that Ramirez guy's truck?
No. So the truck used to belong to a dude named I want to say his name was Isaac. I could be wrong. And the truck ran in the 8s. It was a badass all-wheel drive champagne truck. And then Isaiah, not Isaac, Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah bought the truck from him, and then his brother drives it.
I'll give you that, Johnny, because the driver was very nice and respectful. It was his crew members that were.
So they got some really dumbass kids that hang out with them. They kind of like idolize them. It's like their little groupies, and they're the ones with big fucking mouths. You know what I mean? Period.
So then you just 86 those people.
Yeah.
For
Just
sure.
just tell the driver,
And then let them know when they grow up, they'll be welcome back, maybe.
Yeah.
Are we talking about that $4,000 race?
No.
That's the same guys though. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was it?
I was a little upset with that race because the diesel did not get enough time to spool up.
I agree with that too. I lost money on that race.
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't there, but I lost money on it.
I haven't talked to Steve about that because he's actually working at the shop next to me now. But I see him all the time, so I'm probably gonna ask him why he did him dirty like that.
I don't know that he meant to, but
I mean,
I don't think it was
but here's the
malicious.
thing, though. If you're flagging races, and Doug can tell you this one, I mean, I know Daryl's been out, but like you should be able to know when a car's on boost.
Yeah.
Like you can tell. There's no like he did him dirty. He was probably just being in a hurry or whatever, or being careless. But there's no excuse to send two people down that aren't ready. Like you can hear it. It doesn't matter what car it is. Matt's car used to take like 15 seconds, no joke, to get on two-step because he had the wrong converter. And we would sit there and wait. Chase was good. Yeah, I agree. I had money on Chase and I lost that night. Yeah. But like there's no excuse to that. If you guys ever need a flagger, dude, my car ain't running. I'll come flag for you. I don't give a shit.
So there's that guy that we raced, the GTR, when we was racing in Big Tire. He said his first round that they
Wes.
Yeah, they made him stay on the chip for too long. So then his crew guy came up to me and said, because we had to race them second round in Big Tire, and he's like, hey, he can only stay on the chip for 3 to 4 seconds. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'll bring Doug in first. So we did that, and then he said he wasn't ready, so he wanted a rematch. And I was like, dude, and we totally would have, but I was like, we're running out of fucking methanol. Like, we're running 2 classes here. And everyone was like, no, don't give him a rerun. And if anyone knows us, I mean, we don't take wins that way. We don't try to, like, fuck anybody over. Like, we'll give everybody any equal chance to. I mean, the last at the airport that Honda couldn't get started, we waited for him to go get his jumper and everything and start the car. Like, we don't take wins that way. But if they went up to the flagger beforehand and said they couldn't get that they could only have the car on the chip for 3 seconds, and you made all those arrangements, I don't feel terrible about not rerunning.
Right, you shouldn't.
And I checked the data logger. I was on the chip for 7 seconds. So that's a lot.
So I mean, that's an extremely fast car. That dude has a really deep wallet. But it seems like, I don't know him personally, and I don't really care because I don't think I'm wrong when I say this, but like every time there's a race, he complains. Doesn't matter what it's about. Doesn't matter what it's about. Like he could be like, the wind was blowing 3 miles an hour faster than last time, and it's a reason to bitch. Like that's the stuff that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anywho.
I just want to announce another race.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, announce at the race. Gotcha.
Yes. Oh, I've been asking for years, and somehow nobody will fucking let me.
There you go. You got the guys who run shutdown right here.
They won't let me. You see Josh shaking his head?
Oh my gosh! Could you see you and I up there together?
That's the winning team right there.
I'm telling you.
Hey, you know what else? So while we're talking about racing, let's talk about your S10. Why is that thing growing roots?
Come apart. And
is that what it's called? It's come apart?
Yeah, it came apart. Blew apart.
Wait, it blew up?
No, just the fuel filter.
Oh.
And so the injectors are getting cleaned, and then we should be ready.
What fuel filter did you have on it?
They were kind of old. We fucked up.
It happens.
Yeah.
Shit,
So,
Matt used to never run fuel filters. We had to yell at him.
Yeah. So he changed the setup a little bit with the filters and pump and stuff, and so we'll be fine. It'll be good.
Hey, so did you? One more question about shutdown. So did you guys settle on rules for stick shift class?
Yeah, they've been up. I've been waiting for you to say something.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't looked at the Facebook.
It's been changed for a while.
What rule did you think he was going to talk shit about?
It's not talk shit. So I've wanted to run stick shift classes for like the last 2 years out there, and I have a vertigate shifter, so I still have to shift every gear. The only difference is my shit is H pattern just sideways. So you pull the little lever, you put it in first gear, you pull straight back for second, it drops down into third, and then it comes back into fourth. So everybody in stick shift class bitches about that, even though I still have to use a clutch, and that's what drives me nuts. That's why I quit even trying, because it's not worth the argument.
Well, it's been changed the last 2 shutdowns.
More than that.
My car's been broken.
Does that mean you can stick shift class if you shift it manually?
Yeah.
It's still stick shift if you shift it manually, yes.
Huh? You can? What'd you say, Johnny?
It is still stick shift if you shift it manually, yes.
Sweet. Count us in.
Oh, yeah, because you got a manual valve body. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No clutch, though.
Well, I could fucking glue one in there.
Transfer.
What's that?
Well, I'll
hook?
have to go look at the rules
The
then.
side?
But I'll be at the next shutdown for sure. I mean, we're gonna come out for that because, like I said, I used to love going up there, but then all that shit, and then it just kind of, I don't know. Time to grow up, quit being a fucking child about it.
I think honestly, I think that, and I'll be quite honest, I don't, unless there was like a specific issue that maybe I don't know about, and obviously it's the track rules, but I don't know why the cops are there. And maybe it's just because she irritated me, and that's why I'm like, why the fuck are you here? Go home.
For me, it's not even the cops. I don't mind the cops being there at all. It's that one little guy.
Oh my God, he's gone.
Everyone's gonna be a
Is he
little
really?
guy to you.
Oh fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'll be back.
Which little guy? Because everyone's gonna be little to you.
No, he was little.
But you
He
guys
definitely
talked it out, didn't you?
I shook his hand because I was trying to be the bigger person, and we were at Street Outlaws. You know what I mean? Not height wise, but I was trying to be like a more of a man than him. 'Cause, like he just frustrated me, and I shook his hand. I said, "Hey, look," I said, "if I was out of line, my bad." I was like, "But just like don't talk to people like that. It doesn't cost you shit to be decent to somebody."
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I told him. Like I don't know. I try my best. Like everybody says I'm an asshole, and that's probably fair. But I try my best to be respectful to everybody until there's a reason to not be. Like,
right.
I don't know, man. Everybody's having a hard enough time. You don't have to be a prick. You know what I mean? If I projected my personal shit, I mean, he's probably got a shitty house, shitty life, wife, whatever. So he gets to take it out on other people. I get it. But, like, that was just the wrong place, wrong time.
Don't take your shitty life out on me.
Well, like, they can tell you, man. Like, I even tried, hey, sir, I'm sorry, sir. He wants to start screaming. I was like, bro, that badge ain't going to save you. Like, your partner's 30 feet away. I'll get 4 or 5 hits in. Like, we don't need to go here. And then he started putting his finger in my chest. I was like, here we go. Like, it just wasn't necessary.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a cop that you got into it with.
Yeah, and it was for no reason because we were trying to line Sam up.
Oh, yeah. See, I had the same issue, but it was a female cop that told me I could only go in after Doug's car pulled in. After the car pulled in, I was like, I can't get the car ready in the burnout box. And she's like, you'll have time. I want to be like, you don't fucking step aside. And I don't have anything against cops. I think some of them take the power to their head, but we know a lot of police officers. I don't have any disrespect, but I was just like, and I understood that afterwards. I was like, well, maybe she doesn't know how everything works. So I kind of.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think they really realize like there's a difference between organized responsible bracket racers and then us degenerates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real.
Well, I know we've talked about that and had several conversations about maybe it's just a lack of communication. Like,
I think so.
We need to have a meeting with the officers before to tell them this is okay, this is not okay.
Well, and the other problem is it's somebody different every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it was the same person over and over and they knew what was going on and start to realize who is who and what does what, not that bad.
Well, maybe just do like a briefing before, like, hey, this is how stuff works.
Right.
Because then you get people like that asshole down there, Johnny, and me.
I think Daryl's sleeping.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, he's just taking it all in. He's just observing.
Daryl, what are your thoughts on shutdown? Now's the time to speak.
For what? The class for overall or what?
Overall.
There should be more of them.
Yeah.
And
I
truck
would agree with that.
all-wheel drive.
And Daryl would also like to add that I should be an announcer.
I vote for that. We should make a poll and just put it online.
What'd you say, Daryl?
It's got to be better than the guy who does it now.
Yeah, that's fair. He's just old.
Johnny's very iconic.
Hey, the best part is when he called Matt's car a duster. That's what y'all got to do when you see Matt in the future. Be like, that's a beautiful duster, and he gets so angry.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck up so much shit.
The other thing is too, Johnny doesn't know, like he knows who all the bracket racers are, but he doesn't know this side.
Exactly.
And
so I can go in there and coach him.
Yeah, well, the one shutdown that I was up there with him, well, there was a test and tune night. I went up there and then a shutdown night. They didn't have the tech cards in order before you guys started running, so then he had no idea who was up there. And I didn't know how tech cards were done yet, so I wasn't going to step in and touch him, but now that I know how it is, it's like once they actually have the process in place, it's pretty easy. But he doesn't know like the details, like, oh, when you see the white Mustang, that's Doug and Kristen, or you see the Nissan hardbody, that's Daryl, and you can, talk about his Wang, and then Johnny, Mr. I'm gonna go bet and then kick somebody's ass, like in the bug. Fine, we know you.
We'll say here
So
comes,
like,
here comes the cop fighter.
But it would be fun. It would be fun to have somebody that's a little more like shit talkish. You know what I mean? Because like that's kind of a grudge race. You know what I mean? Like the stuff we do. So I don't mean like be malicious, but it would be fun to have somebody up there just bullshit and talking a little bit of shit.
So the last one was Steve Valdez and I, and we didn't have Johnny's full setup, so I know sound wasn't as good, but we were up there making comments about everybody that came up to race, something about them. There's a few guys out there, like the guy with the vet with the big supercharger or whatever on it. I don't know anything about him. I know the car is fast as fuck though. So like we tried to say stuff, but we had one mic, so we were like getting it back and forth and not trying to smack each other in the face.
Nobody could hear you.
No, but I did scream Trump 2024, and the guys that were next to me heard me.
So let me ask this. Other than Johnny, because we know how Johnny can be.
We love you, Johnny.
The fuck?
Would you rather not have one or have one?
What's that?
An announcer.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, we need one.
Okay.
Absolutely. You need somebody that could. Here's the other thing, just for my gambling, you need somebody that could clearly call the finish line. Because
we tried that a couple times. Like the one time that was really good, we had the boards down there with an arrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So for me, for Steve and I being up there last time, we didn't know what was going on at the finish line, and like I had signed up for the text messages, but I wasn't getting them, and he was only getting some of them, so we didn't know exactly what was going on at all, ever, until we either watched.
That's one of the biggest things.
Josh, or we saw who was pulling up.
Wins.
Yep.
What'd you say, Doug?
Sorry.
That's okay. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, he's good at fucking cutting people off.
That's fine.
Go ahead, say it. Now no one's talking. Or do you want someone to start talking and then you say it?
The spotlight's on you.
There, see? Just did it.
Another cool feature is
I fucking told you.
I still don't know what he said.
Go ahead, Doug.
No, you say it, smartass.
Go ahead.
I said the crowd wants to know who wins the race, like right away. Like as soon as the finish line guy knows, they need to tell the flagger or whoever with a microphone in his ear or whatever. That way he could tell left or right. The crowd wants to know. That's the biggest.
So like I know you guys know there's gambling, like that's obvious because you see it, but I don't think you understand like how much money is actually bet on each one of these races. That's why it's such a clusterfuck, and everybody wants to know. Because I mean, like for instance, last time we were out there, I bet almost $1,000 on one race on them, and then it was like, we need to go back and figure out who won. And it's like, hell, this ain't gonna work because you got to keep track of everybody you bet with, and then wait for the call, and then it's just a mess.
Yeah.
What day is the next shutdown?
August 17th.
Ooh, that's a ways away.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot as shit.
Can you do anything between then?
No.
No. Our hands are very tight.
Answer, no.
Yeah.
It's pretty full on the schedule.
I'm probably gonna go through 2 more motors between now and then.
Oh my god. Well, you could do Chuckwalla in June.
I'll be there. I'll be there regardless. It doesn't matter. I'll be there with a running car, even if I got to put the old motor back in it. Yep. So you guys gonna come out for that or what? Put you guys on the spot. You coming out to Chuckwalla for Nate's race?
Us?
Who?
Yep. Oh, you guys. Yeah.
It'll
Randy too.
depend on when.
Looking like first week of June.
Second.
Or second week of June.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
we need a verbal commitment.
As long as I don't have another race that I have to be at or run, I'll come out.
Why would you have
Absolutely.
to be at another race or run if you're not going to be out? You want me to? I could write you a doctor's note.
Ah, see?
Oh.
See? It's all
Yeah.
It's a good Chuck Walla's cool, especially if they're letting her run it. That's our only issue we've ever had with Chuck Walla is there's too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Mhm.
Like honestly, so if they're actually relinquishing some of their death grip on trying to be the guy and letting it run correctly, that will be a badass facility, a badass venue, and it'll be great. The problem that they've always had out there is there were 3 guys who thought they were, pardon my language, they thought they were the big dick, and then there's one guy who actually was, and then you had a promoter who thought he was. So everybody was saying different shit, and it was always a mess.
Yeah, and I will be sure to like narrow down every specific detail. And if anybody tells you different, you come to me because I will. I'll make sure everything gets sorted out.
So we drove out there one time, just for example, and one racer complained about the wing on Matt's car and the fact that my motor is past the body line in the back of my car. Said it was external weight and complained about it. So we showed up. We drove out there, showed up after we paid our entry. And the man watched us walk up and pay I think it was like $350 or $400, whatever it was to race for that weekend. We paid our money, paid for our cabins, for him to then come up to us after watching us do that and say, "You guys can't race." I did lose my shit. I became the asshole everybody thinks I am. I was like, "So I want my money back." He goes, "We can't do that." The fuck you can't? What do you mean you can't do that? Like, you watched us come in, you watched us unload, set the trailers up, everything else to tell us we can't race because one racer complained? And it was just like, so Matt took the wing off his car, no big deal. But I can't take the motor out of the back of my car. Like, it blew my mind.
You couldn't just ratchet strap and pull it in a little bit.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's still whatever. But either way, like, I'm glad that shit's finally behind them because it'll be a really good facility and they can have a lot of people out there. I mean, they can make a lot of money where they're at, placement and everything else. It's just that was the problem, was that everybody was trying to be the guy.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm working out the details with him and making sure that everything. I'm not trying to say that I'm going to be the only one, dictating what happens, but I want it to be ran the way. This is going to sound bad. I want it to be ran the way that I want it to be ran. And
I mean, honestly, that's the way it should be. There should be one person that makes the final call.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah,
it needs to be ran.
Yeah. So. Obviously I will take, obviously that they do have specific things, like obviously they don't want you using prep, which is fine. It's just it's a water race, but and certain things that they have, there's not too much from what I understand. So as long as we follow those, we should be good. He says that pretty much it's ours, so hopefully it'll be good.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on finally. It was a great time, but I do have to go. So hopefully get to see you guys soon.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Anyways, bye guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, you too.
Hit me up, Johnny.
Bye.
Later.
Well,
Now that the trouble's gone.
Get the violins out.
well, I don't have anything else. Daryl, you got anything?
Nope.
I think Daryl's a pretty, quiet, understated kind of guy.
Daryl, so you're going to be at Chuck Walla, right?
Depends on the date.
Okay. It's looking like, and I don't want to tell anybody for sure, but it's looking like it's going to be June 7th and 8th, but I don't want to say for sure that's going to be the date until I have like a 100% confirmation.
Yeah, that's my daughter's birthday weekend, so that's a maybe.
That's okay. No worries. I completely understand. We'll just keep everybody updated on the for sure date.
Are you guys going to LS Fest?
No, we're too slow for those things. Doug can't do shit on a tree, so we're not driving.
A regular tree, I can.
I was thinking more for the street stuff.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was canceled.
I thought it was canceled, but
Oh, I didn't know it was.
They said something about they were tearing up the road out there.
Yeah, but there's more than one road. I thought they would move it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm good on a flashlight. I can tell you that.
I'm pretty sure I treed you before on a flashlight.
Really?
Yeah, the first time we raced. You did beat me, but I did tree the shit out of you.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, I need to see that.
You drove around me. That was the first time we raced. It was a shutdown.
Oh. Mm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Well, I did beat, so it's not that good.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Doug. We'll get a practice tree tournament going.
Yeah. Yeah, I need it. I need to get my license anyway. Daryl, I was going to ask you, what kind of drive shaft did you have on your truck?
Phoenix rack and axle drive shaft.
Oh.
It busted the U joint.
Oh,
So,
okay.
This has happened before where like I'll have a U joint, it'll crush the needle bearings, and then I'll put brand new ones in it, and then it makes it like 2 weeks and then it busts the U joint. So I don't know if it's like the drive shaft gets a little bent or something, but it's also only a 1330 joint, not a 1350. So I'm switching to a 1350 joint and seeing if that helps. But I got a year and a half out of it. I mean, a year and a half on a drive shaft for me is pretty good. I mean, we're making 500, 600 passes in 6 months. So,
yeah,
it's a lot of passes.
For sure.
Definitely. I wonder if it's like the pinion angle or something was a little bit off or something.
Maybe. I mean, the drive shaft made it a year and a half. So, yeah, I mean, it busted in California when we were filming Hoonigan. So, and then that was the same drive shaft we got after that. So that's a long time. Yeah, it had to make it 1,000 passes at least.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a $275 drive shaft. Like, I'll just start changing them.
Yeah, may as well, right? Could bring a
spread.
spread.
Yeah, it helps over the 1330.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well,
yeah.
Good luck with it.
All right, guys. Well, then we'll just wrap this up. We will make sure that we post whatever Kristen does about Nate's race.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say in my daily life. I was going to say, okay, but.
Oh, no. We'll post whenever the keyboard warriors come after her.
Oh, yeah, but let them know where
Ryan.
I'm at.
Hey, Ryan.
Who?
Ryan.
Oh.
And then he said that Doug's scared of Kingman because it touched him wrong.
That was, we've had a few. Well, it was a bad weekend, and I think it sets with us because that's the same weekend that he put the car on its side was the same weekend that my mom died. Well, got into her accident. So I think it's just sour taste in our mouth.
100% agree.
So.
And then the first time I took Susan there, I went in the dirt too.
Oh, yeah. So basically, Doug's not good on trees or narrow roads.
Well, now we know his weaknesses.
Yep, that's right.
His strength, being married to Kristen.
That is true.
Yep.
God, that is true.
That's how I got these.
It's been, we just passed 25 years. So
congratulations, you guys.
And he's still alive, so.
We're at 22, married 20, and Phil's still alive, so we're doing good.
There you go. And I've kept the kids alive so far.
Winning.
Yeah. I tried to get him to climb into the, what is it called? The safe haven box. I was going to donate them, but I don't think they'll fit. So.
I think you're past the point of expiration there.
I know. Sad.
Okay.
Couple days. All right.
All right. Good night,
All right,
everybody. Thank you for coming on.
Bye. You're welcome.
Bye.
Later.